Brophy.
I feel like there's a lot of buzz happening with that, but turning now to a look at the weather.
A lot of buzz happening outside as well.
I feel like you nailed it on that. We've got some flooding going on in southwestern Utah. We're talking about Ivins. I'm going to start off with a video from Snow Canyon. Clayton Ashcraft catching this. So we've got waterfalls coming off the canyons, and Ivins and St. George and portions of Washington County getting some really heavy standing water. That's a beautiful video. You can see the water coming down. This was from Callan Johnson. Callan, thank you for sharing it. And you can see the standing water on the road. This is in Ivins, just outside of St. George, and you can see that we've got muddy waters and standing water as storms. Another pulse comes through. Satellite radar shows that southerly flow in action, and in the last little while we've watched that heavier rain fill in the southwestern corner of the state, and now a new flood advisory has been posted for Washington County. This is in effect until 8 p.m. You can see the area blinking there. That is just north of St. George, but strong storms in the area, also over Zion, and now approaching the Iron and Washington County line. Plenty of lightning, heavy rain. We're seeing it. It's causing some issues, and this is going to keep tracking north, which means areas north will see storms as we get through the next several hours. Plenty of lightning over in Duchesne County, watching that pretty closely. And then in northern Utah, we've just got some isolated activity, lots of moisture potential, but the storms that are moving through, they're going to push north, which means portions of the Wasatch Front will see some strong activity as we get through tonight. Okay, flood alerts. As we take a look, our flood watch was extended now until Tuesday evening. So central mountains all the way to the southwest desert underneath that flood watch with this heavy rain. And there's that flood advisory again. 8 p.m. for Washington County is when we're going to see that. So we take the live view of the ABC4 studios. You can see the wind moving the flag. We've got gusty conditions throughout northern Utah, but only portions of the state seeing a wind advisory. That's the West Desert, Box Elder County, and the Tooele and Rush valleys. This is where we are seeing those winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. You saw the live shot at the top of the show towards Tooele County with Sierra, and that just tells you those winds, they are whipping, they mean business, and that is complicating travel on east-west routes. That's going to be in effect until 9 p.m. tonight when it comes to the advisory. Futurecast wind gust takes us through what to expect. You watch the numbers along the Wasatch Front and on the western side of the state as we head into the overnight. Strong winds hold on in Provo and Salt Lake by 2 a.m., but the reason being strong outflow boundaries coming out of the thunderstorms that track north. So nocturnal storms on deck tonight, and that's going to bring some heavy rain and a strong day of storms tomorrow. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s along the Wasatch Front, dropping into the 80s in eastern Utah. 70 degrees right now in St. George, 71 in Cedar City. We've got heavy rain that's dropping the temperature, cooling off rapidly. Futurecast takes us through the timing of these storms, forewarning you as we watch these waves of moisture come through by 7 p.m. Utah County's in the mix, West Desert staying active. South central Utah and Iron County getting that heavy rain that's impacting St. George right now. That pulse slides north, Wasatch Plateau by ABC4 News at 10. Central Utah over I-15 all the way down to Cedar City, where we are expecting torrential rain, some gusty winds, and the possibility of flooding. Okay, we'll see breaks in the action. Flaming Gorge and the Uintas get in on the mix as we get through the overnight isolated, but it's still out there by 7 a.m. Salt Lake County and Tooele County could see some wet weather. Also over I-15 if you're traveling in the central portion of the state. As we get into the afternoon, we continue to see storms increasing. Any bit of daytime heating is going to really capitalize on that moisture potential, and we get strong storms by 4 p.m. in south central Utah and along the Wasatch Front. That includes Utah and Salt Lake County. Active day tomorrow. Strong to severe storms possible. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. With the SPC, they put out that 5% chance that we get that wind threat, damaging wind potential. And on top of that, we see atmospheric spin as we get through the afternoon and evening. This is helicity, and that means that we could see some rotation with these storms that form. So if we get severe thunderstorms, we can't rule out the slightest chance of a tornado. Now, this doesn't happen frequently, but the SPC putting a 2% chance over I-15 for a tornado tomorrow with the potential for rotation. So that's something we have to be really careful with. But it is an extremely slight chance. We just don't often see that issued for the Beehive State. Flash flood potential, it will be there, probable or possible for tomorrow with that heavy rain. Temperatures will be cooler as a result. We get 70s and 80s and 90s on the eastern side of the state where it's a little drier. St. George only getting to 84, so it is going to be a cooler day with widespread storms and the potential for severe storms for our Tuesday. St. George keeps scattered storms in the forecast through the work week. We'll see those temperatures warming and will dry out as we make it towards the weekend. Here's the Wasatch Front. Tomorrow, widespread, scattered potential Wednesday through Friday. Just the slightest chance on Saturday as we see the warmth coming back and temperatures getting closer to seasonal norms, which is 91 this time of year, but not going to feel that way. It feels a little humid out there. Am I wrong on that? Glenn, Emily, over to you.
No, my
you
hair
are
is
not.
frizzy. That is the humid detector for me. Thank you so much, Alana, for the heads up on all of that. Time now for a look at sports with Wes.
And Wes, the big storm making RSL change its plans.
Weather always impacting sports, right? Don't like it. But hey, after their scheduled